Hello, nerds watching all over the internet. It is Friday night. You know what that means. Another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind.
Yee-hoo!
Folks, we're here for the show is back. I am back from vacation. I am back to talk to all of you about the wonderful things happening in the world of pro wrestling. I'm talking matches, segments, pay-per-view events, title changes, returning icons, and much more. I am your host, Jose Casabona, and I'm also the host of the #1 show on our channel, The Ravens Flock.
Which apparently is still staying on hiatus for the time being.
And, of course, interjecting behind the camera is the host of the Black Files by a typewriter for Wrestle Wrewind, a man who puts in the hours behind all the videos on his channel every single week. A man who is also out of his own vacation.
Was never on vacation, Jose.
Well, to each their own.
I wasn't.
Mr. Warner Rouse.
Thank you for that fine introduction, Jose. Don't you ever forget the mister.
Then what would you call it? I say vacation. What do you say?
Joe, I was just stressing over something different.
Okay.
There is no vacation for one who's always on the clock.
All right.
Ever.
Okay.
Ever.
All right, well, why don't you take the big hand and go ahead and... Actually, you know what? I'm supposed to do the housekeeping. No. You keep your big hand to yourself. Keep your big hand to your little hand. Clock jokes. So, folks, like all of our...
Was that supposed to be like my dick or something?
So, folks, like all of our other shows, we are simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. So make sure you hit the subscribe and the follow button. Click that notification bell for all our content. Leave your questions and comments below. We'll answer as many as we can. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an Inner Flocker. And for $4.99 a month, you'll have access to all the perks that comes with our membership. Juan, tell them.
Well, for all the Inner Flockers we've got in our chat, and I know we have plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely membership badges and custom emojis, letting everyone know that you're here to help rescue the Ravens Flock from the clutches of late-stage capitalism to become full-time streamers. Since 2013, we've been working hard, staying strong, making your voice our mission. The only thing standing in our way now is the fact that we have to work 9-to-5 jobs just to keep our lights on. However, there is a way that you fine folks at home can help rescue us from this dim and dismal fate, and that's by doing what you fine folks at home do best, which is supporting the Ravens Flock. Why did that change over? By liking our content, commenting both during and after the stream, especially after the stream, because that lets the algorithm know that you like what you see and you want other people to see what you like. Also, sharing our content across all of social media to all your friends, family, and loved ones, and everyone who's got an affinity for geek culture, nerd culture, pop culture, and everything in between. And most importantly, making sure that you're subscribed and everyone that you refer us to is subscribed as well, and that you guys hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content so that you never, ever miss a beat. The more folks you refer us to, the more subscribers we get. The more subscribers we get, the more Inner Flockers come out of it. And before you know it, we'll be completely self-sustaining to the point where we're no longer just doing this channel for the love of the game, but also as our livelihood. With your help, we can and will succeed. You also get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you get access to all of us, the Ravens Flock, your favorite motley crew of nerds, here to make your voice our mission by providing us your thoughts, your input, your feedback, and your ideas to better shape the future of this channel to suit your tastes and needs. I see Mr. Geek Me Out is in the chat. Hey, up there, Mr. Geek Me Out. Welcome over here, and he's saying, I hear that Atomic League Wrestling is coming to Tampa Bay Comic Con in September. That'd be awesome.
That's wonderful!
But pray tell, Jose, what is it exactly that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
So here on Wrestle Rewind, we review 3 of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today. That is WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Now, just to get a little personal here, I treated it as a vacation for myself, for peace of mind. I know that we live in reality and real life shit happens, but for my sanity, for my own mental well-being, I treated it as a vacation, and I enjoyed a little bit of vacation. I actually got a chance to chill for the past couple of weeks, and albeit the past couple of weeks have not been fun, have not been great, and the less I talk about that, the better. But
no, the flock knows it. People know it. We're trying to freaking move.
Yeah, but yeah, what's already been said has been said. So me repeating it would be pointless. But the fact is, like, I'm happy to be back because, to be perfectly honest, while I enjoyed my vacation, I don't feel right doing nothing. I don't like doing nothing. I like doing the things that I enjoy doing. I like streaming. I like putting out content, and I enjoy doing this for the viewers out there. And more importantly, I enjoy doing it with my team, with my fellow flockers, and I enjoy doing it for myself. And
aren't there another group of people that maybe you like doing this stuff for?
I
don't know off the top of my head.
I said the viewers.
Oh, you did say the viewers.
Yes.
Oh, that's
How did you miss that?
I wasn't listening. I was thinking about something else.
Yeah, of course you were. That being said, so getting back into the weed of things, I did try to dip my toes back into current events of wrestling, and oh boy, I really have a strong dislike for a multitude of things. First of all, I have developed a strong dislike for WWE and all their gross corporate bullshit that we've already talked about here on this channel. I have a newfound hatred for AEW because I've just learned, upon further discovery on social media and background research, AEW is currently harboring asshole individual wrestlers who are not only have allegations of SA against them, but who are also powerful politics who will block anybody from exposing their friends.
Yeah. And what about TNA?
Oh, TNA? Well, I mean, their past history, that's already spoken of. But more recently, I'm very upset about the way they've treated some of the wrestlers who have departed from TNA. One in particular is Steph DeLander, because they didn't want to clear her from injury, despite the fact that, Steph DeLander admitted it in a recent interview that Carlos Silva had no idea what the injury is after she explained it to him. And number two, how is it that a wrestling promotion does not have their own medical staff?
Yeah.
Explain that, Anthem.
You'd figure they could spring for a freaking medic somewhere. Any fucking where.
I mean, you got yourselves a new dump truck full of money. You got a new TV deal with AMC. You're in bed with WWE, and you don't have a medical staff? Like, I'm sorry, but these indiscretions, well, to call them indiscretions would be an understatement, but these things have added to this newly developed underlying disgust that I have for current event wrestling. But nevertheless, this is Wrestle Rewind. This is my show. I am dedicated to continue on despite my, gripes, despite my sour grapes against everything that I've talked about.
Like, truthfully, like, if there was a single pro wrestling promotion that didn't have backstage problems, we haven't found it yet.
Yeah, no, exactly. Oh, now that being said, so let's go ahead and get on to the show. Juan, ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do. We're back, folks.
All right, yeah, we are so back. I'm going to get off this soapbox before K-Storm finds a way to kick me out of the soapbox.
Hi, honey.
Exactly. And we're going to get into this week's edition of WWE NXT.
Yay.
All right, here we go. We open up this week's edition of NXT with some tag team action, player.
Holla, holla.
All right, so I've missed a couple of weeks. So let's see what we've crowned a new WWE Women's Speed Champion? Holy shit!
Yeah, what's her face?
Ren Sinclair.
No, yeah, I was trying to fucking say Ren Sinclair beat fucking
Fallon
Henley for the Speed title.
Yay!
Holy crap.
Holy shit, we're off to a happy start. Okay.
Right, so Fatal Influence versus Ren and the Wonderkind over in Evolve. I'm sorry.
Kendall Gray.
Kendall Gray. Thank you. Jesus Christ.
No.
That's what happens when I stay out of the loop too long. I forget stuff. Trying to deal with existential crises on a constant basis is terrible for my cortisol levels.
I know. It's okay. Do you have something sweet on your side?
Kind of.
Okay, chew on that. Now, that being said, all right, so, like I said, I've been out of current events, but after last I recall, so what I've read up is that Kendall Gray is no longer the WWE Women's Evolve Champion because on one of the latest editions of WWE Evolve, she relinquished her Evolve Championship so that she can continue competing on NXT. Why not have her just drop the championship to a contender and Evolve so that she could, so that it would look a little bit better rather than just surrendering the title? It doesn't make sense. Come on, Sean.
Now, while I agree that if you're going to lose the championship, it is better to maintain the prestige of the title by having someone else go over and beating you for it. But at the same time, who the fuck else can stop this chick? Over at Evolve. Who? Nobody?
Honestly, I don't know because I've been slacking on watching Evolve on Tubi. I really should get back to that. So,
Yeah,
but
you
anyways,
should.
so tag
this
team
is
match.
the first time that a title's been vacated in any promotion. So
Oh, don't trust me. Any title vacated is at least more tolerable than the stupid women's title exchange from 2021 between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair.
kind of.
All right, so here we go. Opening match, tag team contest, Fatal Influence versus Ren QCC, and by the look on Fallon's face, she is taking her championship loss very well,
Oh yeah, she's the
as well as a raging bull that's waiting to destroy her farm.
she's she's definitely she's adjusting well.
Fallon Henley and Laney Reed continue to work over the new women's speed champion for a while, keeping her away from the Wunderkind, as Juan has so eloquently bestowed the title upon.
I mean, yeah, like Kendall Gray, she's a wonderkid. She's someone who's freaking phenomenal in the ring, so much so that no one at Evolve was able to beat her, but she wanted to step away, make sure other people got a chance, so she vacated the title.
No, of course, and I agree with you. And you know what? And in terms of this in-ring action, freaking awesome. Of course, the Fatal Influence has for the time being have a huge chokehold on the women's division right now. Their tag team chemistry is absolutely amazing. They continue to keep Ren Sinclair away from her corner while beating the shit out of her in the middle of the ring. And JC Jane, despite her being on ringside, she barely had to lift a finger to help out her compatriots.
God, seriously? She wasn't really doing anything to help?
It looks like she doesn't need to.
Right.
Yep. Nope. Fallon Henley and Laney Reed have a lock. Like I said, they have a lock on Ren Sinclair, and I gotta say, Laney Reed, I've watched her wrestle, even though she's still relatively new-ish in the Fatal Influence. She is definitely paying her dues in this match. Yeah, she has a bad loss record compared to Fallon Henley and JC Jane, but her innovation in wrestling offense is unbelievable. It is so good, so good. Like, I'd have to pull up a clip just to find out what that move was. Like, she pulled up, her and JC Jane pulled off an excellent tag team wrestling move. I wish they took a picture of it.
This ain't it.
No, this obviously ain't it, because that's when Ren Sinclair started fighting back. But it's okay. But I'll pull it up later so that we can talk about it, because it's really cool. So Ren Sinclair, she fights back. She gets a hot tag on Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray is running circles around Laney Reed and Fallon Henley. She uses her speed and her agility to outmaneuver the Fatal Influence. She knocks out. She drops the singlet straps, and I guess, you know what? I'm gonna use this term. She channels her inner Kurt Angle, and she levels up her intensity.
God damn.
Yeah, she levels up her intensity, knocks out Fallon Henley outside of the ring, and then she locks in her cross arm breaker submission hold onto Laney Reed, while Ren Sinclair locks in her submission hold on Fallon Henley, and we get a double tap out in the middle of the ring. Holy shit, that woman is not human.
You sure? Kind of looks human to me.
Appearances can be deceiving.
I mean, is she not? Is she not human? Am I supposed to know if she is or not?
Well, anyways, your winners, Ren QCC. And then afterwards, Kendall Gray got on the mic, and she wants a shot at JC Jane. Round 2 Electric Boogaloo for the NXT Women's Championship. However, somebody else has something to say, and that would be the Lucha Libre AAA, one half of the mixed tag team champions, Lola Vice, and she has decided to throw her name into the hat, and as she wants a shot at JC Jane as well. And And finally, to settle this trifecta of who's going to challenge who, is the let's call it the I'm not going to say interim. The NXT interim general manager Robert Stone has declared that next week on NXT, when they go back to New York City, baby, it's going to be Lola Vice versus Kendall Gray. Whoever wins will challenge JC Jane for the NXT Women's title at Stand and Deliver. I predict two things that will happen. Either A, the match will go as business as usual and we'll get a number one contender leading to a one-on-one. Or B, we're going to get some sort of bullshit schmoz that's going to lead to a triple threat. Wancho, your thoughts so far?
I'm going with triple threat.
Yeah, WWE can't afford to make either one of those super cool women lose. That would be stupid.
Gotta make sure they look very, very strong.
Yeah. Oh my God.
You know what? It works because these ladies are on fire from what I'm seeing. So yeah, they definitely gotta look strong in the middle of all this.
Oh yeah, Kendall Gray is definitely rising up the ranks in the NXT Women's division, and Lola Vice, Lola Vice recently picked up another W in the Women's Underground match against Kalani Jordan, and she's killing it in her work over at Lucha Libre AAA for those who follow it.
Hey.
So yeah, no, to piggyback off of Juan's theory, this works if it ends in a schmaz and turns to a triple threat, but we'll see. So, now let's get over to the exciting match of the night, and this one is a gauntlet eliminator, but not just any regular gauntlet eliminator. It is the number one contenders gauntlet eliminator match for the NXT North American Championship. And Juancho, I just sent you over the rules.
What are these rules? Oh, fuck. Alright, so the Gauntlet Eliminator rules. 2 superstars start the match. Every 3 minutes, a new superstar will enter the match until all 5 superstars have entered. Eliminations can occur at any point during the match by pinfall or submission.
Alright.
Wait, other than that, there's... Wait. No disqualification?
It would seem so. It just says pinfall or submission. There is no disqualification. If it's not mentioned... You see, this is the type of fucking red tape that WWE likes to put out there. And when it comes to their match rules.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's so weird, isn't it?
Dear God, what the fuck, man?
Anyways, whoever wins the gauntlet will be the number one contender for the NXT North American title at Stand and Deliver. So, here we go. Our first participants in the Gauntlet Eliminator is Shiloh Hill and the former WWE Evolve champion, Jackson Drake of the Vanity Project, who, unlike Kendall Gray, he actually lost the Evolve Championship.
Where's Shiloh Hill?
Oh, wait, no, sorry, my bad. Not Shiloh Hill. Dion Lennox versus Jackson Drake. I got my names mixed up. I'm so sorry.
This is what happens when we're out of the loop for too long. That's not Shiloh Hill. This guy doesn't look like a YouTuber. This guy looks like a beef boy. All right, so you need to get your shit straight.
Fair enough. So, here we go. Jackson Drake versus Dion Lennox. Power versus technique. And as these guys continue to lay down the offense on each other, we go past the first 2 minutes of this Gauntlet Eliminator, and we get a new participant, Shiloh Hill.
So there's Shiloh Hill, and
yeah, Shiloh Hill's getting his ass kicked.
Ow.
Yeah, no, Jackson Drake stood out a lot during this Gauntlet Eliminator. He was working round the clock, executing a lot of offenses against Dion Lennox and Shiloh Hill. You know, despite the size and power disadvantage. Like, he is a mathematician when it comes to in-ring performance. It's amazing. It's great. The fans are still behind Shiloh Hill, though. They still want him to succeed. They still want him to win.
That's because he's fun.
Well, of course he's fun. He's lovable. Everybody likes him. Even people backstage like him. Just like Zarya liked him. If you don't believe me, check out her tweet.
Yeah, no, Zarya liked him. So does Tatum Paxley. She's been buddies with Shiloh Hill.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, that's the weirdest and most adorable, terrifying fucking team up of all time.
All right, so so now we go into the next interval. Another participant is well, actually no, this is still before we get to the next participant. I apologize. So
Shiloh Hill's got Dion Lennox and in the fucking.
He gets him in the DDT while
DDT.
he's also suplexing Jackson Drake. I don't remember seeing this move because I think this happened during commercial break. Because I didn't see this when it came back from commercial break.
That sounds about right, but still, that is a pretty cool move.
That is a pretty cool move. And then, now the next participant enters, and it is Charlie Dempsey, who has joined the newly formed faction called Birthright, which consists of Charlie Dempsey, Uriah Connors, Lexis King, Channing Stacks Lorenzo, and the TNA Knockouts Women's Champion, Ariana Grace. And if you guys want to know what Birthright is, pretty much think of the Legacy stable from WWE in 2009, but Kmart version of Legacy.
Oh, no. Not even Timu?
Not even Timu, baby. It's a group full of Nepo babies. Charlie Dempsey, the son of William Regal, Uriah Connors, the son of Fit Finlay, Ariana Grace, the daughter of Santino Marella, Lexis King, the son of the late Brian Pillman, and Channing Lorenzo, the son of
Channing Lorenzo?
I don't know who his wrestling father is. It's certainly not a WWE Hall of Famer.
Let me see here. No, I don't see any fucking thing in here where them being related to anybody.
Yeah.
At least nobody I can see, at least.
Yeah. It's such a weird thing. Like, it's a post. It's weird. It's freaking weird.
Oh, like, I know why he married into to the Morella family.
Oh, ha! Very funny. What a loose technicality. But then again, if Sami Zayn's allowed to be an honorary oos, why not?
Fucking sure, whatever. All right.
So Charlie Dempsey enters the chat. Now it's become a four-way, and Charlie Dempsey starts working over Jackson Drake here. Charlie Dempsey, of course, is a submission specialist. He's more of a ground European strong-style wrestling, and he puts the punishment on all the boys inside this fatal four-way match. And go ahead and go to the next screenshot, because damn, that's painful.
Shit.
Shiloh Hill, of course, gets his second win, and in a perfect example of using a motherfucker to attack another motherfucker, he grabs Jackson Drake and lays him out on top of Dion Lennox and Charlie Dempsey. Great, amazing babyface comeback. The guy is fantastic. The guy is great. And now we get to the final interval, and then out comes former NXT Women's Tag Team Champ. Oh wait, well, first of all, we get a triangle choke here from Charlie Dempsey.
Triangle lock, the Devil's Gate, the Hell's Gate, or whatever.
Yep, and so far into this match, no one has scored a pinfall yet.
Seriously?
Yeah, and now we get to the final interval, and out comes the former NXT Women's Tag Team Champion, Candice LeRae. She gets on the mic, and then she introduces the final entry, the former NXT Triple Crown champion, Johnny Gargano, who apparently lately on SmackDown, he's been doing nothing but faceplant throughout this entire time.
He's been catatonic. We don't know how or why.
I mean,
we seriously, legitimately have no clue.
Oh yeah, the fact that he became catatonic right after Tommaso Ciampa left WWE was just a coincidence.
Good fucking lord.
So, Johnny Gargano is catatonic in the corner, and Candice LeRae is trying to snap him out of it. The four boys continue to wrestle, and Shiloh Hill is a one-man wrecking crew. He has eliminated, in order, he has eliminated Dion Lennox. He has eliminated Jackson Drake. He has eliminated Charlie Dempsey, but not without consequence on Dempsey, because after he eliminated Charlie Dempsey, the rest of Birthright started attacking Shiloh Hill and threw him back into the ring, and Shiloh Hill is knocked unconscious. To which the fans came alive when Candice LeRae got Johnny Gargano up on his feet. He's still catatonic, and the only thing she could do is just throw him on top of Shiloh Hill. He literally flops on top of him to score the pin and the win. Your winner and challenging for the North American title, Johnny Gargano.
What the fuck? Look, not even Shiloh Hill believes the bullshit he just did. No, they cut away at the last second because I saw the footage of it. and Shiloh Hill was trying not to corpse. He was trying not to laugh, but instead he ended up turning his head towards the fucking camera as if he wasn't just beaten up. He done goofed a bit.
Gotta love wrestling.
Johnny Gargano won. Dear God.
He will challenge Miles Bourne for the NXT North American Championship. And actually, no, I was wrong. It's not for Stand and Deliver. It's for next week on NXT when they go to New York City, baby.
Yay.
Very likely back over in the theater at Madison Square Garden.
Yay.
Yay! We like New York. We're from New York.
Of course we do.
Well,
of course we are. But that's not what's important. What's
2/3 of
important
us
is
are.
not even Johnny Gargano knows what the fuck happened.
I know. He is shocked. Will this be the time that he snaps out of it? Will he finally be able to? To get back into being Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Takeover, the Johnny Gargano that we loved and endeared to our hearts? Will he finally have the heart and soul to fight?
I'm not counting on it.
All right. Now let's get over to the
exciting promo.
This is exciting and also a little conflicting. I'm going to label it as both the exciting segment and a segment that just felt weird and disconnected. But let's talk about this. It is an in-ring promo segment with Sol Ruca. And Sol Ruca got on the mic. She looks fantastic. She looks great. She got on the mic and she talked about Zarya. And she talked about how Zarya and how her and Zarya have been friends. Zarya has always got her back. And then she also started talking, and then this is where things start to get a little selfish in her demeanor. I don't think that was intentional, but follow along with me. The way she phrased it, she said this: she allowed Zarya to compete and lose. She said this: I allowed Zarya to compete and lose my NXT Women's North American Championship. Like, ow.
She's not wrong. That is something she literally did. She wanted to try and compete on her own, but she was injured. And Zarya offered herself to fight in her stead. And Sol Ruca did agree and allow this. So, what she said is, technically, if you take everything without any intonation or any emotional inference, precisely what she said. That is exactly what happened.
True. She also talked about how she didn't want to go over to SmackDown to compete for the women's tag titles without Zarya. And she also talked about, like, she didn't say it in her own words, but let's be honest, we saw it. She talked about how she volunteered Zarya as the number one contender to challenge for the TNA Knockouts World Title, and she felt like that Zarya was not looking out for her. She was only looking out for herself, and she felt betrayed. And then this brought out Zarya, and what happened here in this part of the promo segment was a complete 180 turnaround, not on the characters, but on the viewers watching.
The audience.
On the audience.
The fans.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was, curious.
It was very curious. We saw it, I saw it, Juan heard it. Zarya, she got on the mic, and she sounded she sounded angry, but she also sounded hurt. She sounded distraught. She talked about her annoyance, like how she didn't want to be in the shadow of Sol Ruca, how she wanted to be her own person, how she is sick of Sol Ruca getting all these opportunities, and she felt like she wasn't valued as a friend. And as she continued on speaking passionately, she is actually coming off as a babyface, and the fans are actually cheering for Zarya. And the way, and Sol Ruca's reaction to it, sort of just laughing it off, oh, really? And the way she's
in denial kind
of thing. The way she's presenting herself was not helping her, and the fans turned on Sol Ruca in this segment. And at this point, I was watching, and I'm like, hang on a minute, are we in Canada? Is this opposite day? What the fuck are we? What the fuck are we doing here? And finally, it was this line that closed off. Sol Ruca tried to clap back, saying "Oh, you think I'm the villain in your story?" And then Zarya finished off by saying, You're not the villain in my story. You're a mistake.
Bum bum bum.
Juan, your thought. I like. First, I'll share my thoughts on this. Like, on the one hand, okay, both these women did well, but the way they delivered it, the body language, the tone, like the passion that's spoken from both these ladies, like, man, oh man, oh man, like, this feels miscast. I don't think WWE intended on this type of outcome. I think WWE wanted fans to cheer for Sol Ruca and present Zarya as the villain, but the fans, they've made their opinions very heard. Like, they were booing Sol Ruca vociferously when she got on the mic.
The thing is, Sol and Zarya, neither of them in the relationship that has been presented on screen, neither of them was really pushing each one or the other to be heel or babyface, but you saw Zarya do a lot more heelish stuff, to which Sol Ruca kept accepting her and bringing her back in, and them still making up and them still being friends. So this is muddy in a way. You know what? You know what this is? You know what this is?
What is?
It's almost as if... Get ready for this, folks. It's almost as if this was an actual real-life argument between two people. Neither of them is really 100% in the wrong. Neither of them is really 100% in the right. Both of them have flaws. But both of them don't excuse each other's flaws or make excuses for their own.
Oh, you know what?
Like a real person!
Okay, you know something? That actually makes sense. This is a very complex storyline that they're telling here right now.
It's not really complex, it's just complicated. There's a difference.
Fine. Very complicated storyline that they're telling here. And yeah, no, to Juan is right. These are two flawed beings that have legitimate beef with each other over their own friendship. Like, Zarya thinks Zarya is dissatisfied with being in the shadow of Sol Ruca's success, and Sol Ruca feels that Zarya is treating this friendship as if it was transactional. I like this storyline, and if WWE keeps it in the course that it is right now, I think it could lead to some awesome, like, storytelling heading into Stand and Deliver. On the other hand, WWE have dropped the ball in the past, and
a lot. Because we saw the breakup coming a mile away, and these guys have been fucking, like tiddly-winking our freaking taints over this shit for forever at this point. You would think that at this fucking point, these two would be sworn enemies by now, and they'd be fucking furious with each other in the most hateful and spiteful way. But instead, we're being presented with something that is unfolding like how an actual relationship between two friends that falls apart, actually, it presents itself. It's messy. It's complicated. It's fucking, neither one of them wants to admit any fault. Neither one of them wants to say that they're in the wrong.
Yeah, exactly. It's not black and white.
It's shades of gray.
And I like that. That is great. That is amazing.
Now, yeah, it only took a freaking filmmaker over here, someone who studies storytelling and someone who knows how to fucking write scripts and does character studies of people. Like, once all this promo played off, I could finally make the fucking puzzle pieces fit together. I didn't have to try to square peg a round hole anymore. Like, you gotta shift your fucking perspectives on this stuff, people. You've got to open your mind.
Exactly. And I'm glad that you're here to analyze this, Juancho, while WWE, the way they handle it, is the equivalent of Rocco and his friends putting together the first episode of Wacky Deli.
Wacky Deli!
Wacky Deli! Yeah! I love that episode.
God damn. That's a deep cut. Rocco's Modern Life there for you folks.
I know, right? Now, that being said, let's go ahead and pivot over to the match of the night. And this one was actually a short one. It is Thea Hale going one-on-one against Kalani Jordan.
What?
Oh, boy.
How is this bad? How is this meh?
It was meh.
Explain!
It was mad because it wasn't given enough time. They only had like 5 or 6 minutes in this match. And the story is that Thea Hale is still going through her depressive crossroads. She's at a crossroads in her life. And Kalani Jordan attempts to try and big dog her backstage. And Thea Hale was not having any of that shit. And what followed was, it was a decent match. And I think I see the flaw in Thea Hale. I think I finally see one of the flaws come to life.
What is that?
How do I explain this? Okay. First of all, let's remove all of the shit about her accidental win over Blake Monroe for the North American title, because that is bullshit, and I'm not going to get into that, all right?
Okay.
I don't hold that against her. But at the same time, I think I know what it is. With her character direction, take away Chase U, and at the end, she is very much, I hate saying this, she's a one-note pony. She's like, even though she's now on her own and she's no longer under the tutelage of Chase U, she's still the crazy Genki girl, and she's still
Genki. I need to pull up the TV tropes definition for you here.
Oh my God! Are we gonna get into the minutia?
Yes, I do. If you're going to get this shit in right, you're going to get this shit in right.
Genki, okay.
Genki girl.
She's still the same energetic hyper girl, and she still relies too heavily on her Kimura lock submission hold. Like
So you're not a fan of the fact that she's spitfire and full of energy and shit? You're not a fan of her actually locking down with a proper submission maneuver? You're not a fan of her improving her in-ring skills while this whole time having developed her character?
She's on the same boat as Josh Briggs. The window is closing in on her. Unfortunately, the only difference is Thea Hale is still on. Booker? No, it's a conclusion I came to my own. All right, I have a brain, Juancho. Well,
since I'm here for your second opinion, that opinion of yours is dumb and you should be ashamed of it.
Anyways,
that's not what's important right now. But
anyways, so Kalani Jordan picked up the win, unfortunately. Then Kalani Jordan tried to beat up Thea Hale, but then in the big cargo pants, out came Jada Parker to lay out Kalani Jordan and save Thea Hale. So at least there's that.
You know what really pisses me off, though?
What is it?
Was there any other photos of this match?
No.
Seriously? None? Like Thea Hale, like, you were over here saying that she was in a depressive state and all this stuff. I wanted to fucking make a remark because what do mentally unstable girls usually do when they're in a bit of a depressive state? To try and lift their spirits, cheer themselves up, try and rebuild a little self-confidence, try and feel better about themselves. What do crazy chicks usually do?
Beat shit up.
Not even close. They change their hair color.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Thea
Hale did that. Yeah. Oh, boy. Oh, dear.
Thea Hale threw in red and dark streaks in her blonde hair of doom. Kind of looking a little more like Caitlyn from back in the Divas era.
Apparently this was inspired by a Bratz character. I don't know Bratz.
Yeah, she's definitely Gen Z baby, all right. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
But even that new hairdo was not enough to get her over against Kalani Jordan.
Blah.
Now, now before we get over to the main event, we are going to talk about an honorable mention. No.
You don't have a segment?
No, because we already talked about it in depth with Sol, Ruka, and Zari, because that was a conflicting segment.
Okay, so that was both a good segment and bad segment?
I'm not going to put it in either one of the categories. That was a conflicting segment that you and we needed to dissect and discuss.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Now, the honorable mention. Now, originally, Juancho.
Yeah.
Now, originally it was scheduled. Originally it was scheduled to be a tag match between the WWE Men's Speed Champion Elio LaFleur and Eli Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Against the Culling, Sean Spears and Nico Vance. But the Ilya LaFleur and Eli Knight were taken out backstage, so Robert Stone had to make a last-minute decision to find someone to fill in the shoes for the number one contenders tag team tournament match, and it happened to be none other than Los Americanos! Ole, 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 ole! Ole!
What the fuck?
Oh my god! No. Okay, yeah, I know. I had my doubts about this team because while I enjoyed what WWE did with El Grande Americano thus far, especially with the twist with the new turducken that we've been presented, a German wrestler portraying a masked luchador.
No, a German wrestler portraying an American wrestler who's parodying being a Mexican luchador.
Thank you.
There you go. That's your turduckening.
Yeah, and then with that, yeah, I know, it looks great. Yeah, and with that...
I'm actually showing Jose Thea Hale's hair, which looks sexy. K-Storm, take it out. K-Storm's smiling. She's behind the graphic, so you can't see her.
Anyways, so with the El Grande Americano's popularity growing, it gave WWE permission to do it 2 more times and present the team of Rayo and Bravo Americano, who happen to be Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate.
Yeah, we kind of knew that's who they were.
On the one hand, I cringed at it at the beginning because I'm like, wait a minute, these are the 2 guys that helped build NXT, and these are your incredible mat wrestlers, and this is the best you've got for them? But on the other hand, the way they've been presented and the way they wrestle, yeah, no, if the mask fits, wear it.
Yeah, fucking why not?
And they've been fantastic. I've been watching their acts. I've been watching their videos. I've watched this match, and they are amazing, and they pick up the victory against the Culling. We even had a great moment during the match where Tyler Bate and...
which one's
sorry.
Which one's Pete Dunne?
Okay, actually, no, Rayo and Bravo. Bravo is the blue one. Rayo is the red one.
Okay.
Where Bravo Americano... and Rayo were trying to out salsa dance the Sean Spears, and Sean Spears clapped back, literally, by twerking his ass in the middle of the ring, much to the fans' delight. Ha! Get that maple syrup, ladies!
Isn't he married?
I mean, I'm pretty sure even his wife would say, ooh, I'd rate that a perfect 10.
Ha!
Ha!
Ha! Also in the chat, we have Memphis Mac Made on the chat. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind, saying wrestling the best ever in history. They was attacked backstage, and I think Sean Legacy attacked them.
Oh, well, that is a theory, but also...
Sean Legacy's part of, what's-his-face, Dark State, isn't he?
No, Super Sean Legacy is his own wrestler.
Oh, fucking... I don't fucking remember the stuff in Dark State.
It's okay. Also, Memphis, welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Welcome to the Ravens flock. If this is your first time on this channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button and share our videos to all your other friends, everyone else, and hit the like button as well. And make sure you turn on your notification bell for all alerts. So, now let's get over to the main event. And it is a one-on-one contest to determine the number one contender for the NXT Championship at Stand and Deliver, as Tony D'Angelo, the solo soldier, the unsung hero. The guy's on his own now. He got no family no more. You know, he's a one-man paisano. You know, he's an Italian bulldozer. You know, he's his own
staff. Boppity-boopy? Beepity-boopy bop! Boppity-boopy! Beepity.
Never ever change.
Never. Hit you on the head with this fucking meme.
As Tony D'Angelo goes one-on-one against Absolute Ricky Saints.
All right, so these guys have been building up this little one-man hellish crusade against the rest of the locker room, avenging the loss of his stable. Yeah. So why the fuck not? Let's boogie.
Well, let me talk a little bit about the story behind this. Tony D'Angelo has finished his business with Dark State. He's now zeroing in on the NXT Championship. However, he's not the only one, because Ricky Saints is eyeing to get that belt back as well, and so is All Ego Ethan Page. And for the time being, it looks like we have a temporary alliance of interest between Ethan Page and Ricky Saints.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. The two arrogant asshole heels teaming up.
Yeah. So Joe Hendry's got his hands full. On the one hand, he's got a pretty boy. He's got a pretty boy from New Orleans, and on the other hand, he's got a pretty boy all the way from Canada. And on the third hand, wherever he keeps it, he's got a one man wrecking crew that is Tony D'Angelo, who's coming after him.
And his fourth hand is holding the NXT Championship.
Let it be known that Joe Hendry is secretly an octopus.
No. That only gives him 6 appendages as a.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Get your shit right, son.
So here we go. Tony D'Angelo versus Absolute Ricky Saints. And these guys pull off a pretty awesome main event. Of course, Ricky Saints gets the early offense in, thanks to a little bit of help from Ethan Page. He does his own little pretty boy Ricky strut on the ropes, knocking Tony D'Angelo down. And then, and anytime Tony D'Angelo's over at ringside fighting Ricky Saints, with the referee's back turned, Ethan Page tries to get involved and pull some sort of like ringside chicanery just to help out his frenemy,
ally.
I guess. Ally. Even so far as Ricky Saints trying to hit the tornado DDT, but Tony D'Angelo was not having any of that shit. Oh, by the way, I want to do a little call out to Luke Owen from Wrestle Talk. You know, one of those two English idiots. He labeled Tony D'Angelo Tony Sting Angelo because he's compared Tony D'Angelo to Sting. And I'm like, where is the comparison? How is Tony D'Angelo similar to Sting?
How? Yeah. No. Oh, wait. Oh. Aha!
What, being the solo vigilante?
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's like, oh, you're behaving like Crow Sting was behaving.
Yeah, whatever, man. Luke, choke on your fucking spotted dick. Anyways.
Wait, Luke?
Luke Owen, one of the dudes from Wrestle Talk.
Oh yeah.
Who I've unsubscribed and I've unfollowed.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I have my reasons. I'll talk to you about it later. So, Tony D'Angelo.
None of y'all's business.
So Tony D'Angelo, he hits a comeback. He hits a series of suplexes onto Ricky Saints. He hits a spear to knock him down, and it looks like he's about to hit his spine buster. But then Ethan Page attacks Tony D'Angelo from behind, giving Tony D'Angelo the DQ win, and it's a 2-on-1 assault. But hark! Look who comes to save the day. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry runs down to the ring and unleashes a flurry of offense against Ricky Saints and Ethan Page. And then, because turnabout is fair play, Joe Hendry also laid out Tony D'Angelo over there in the corner, because Tony D'Angelo attacked Joe Hendry some time ago. And then it has been announced that at Stand and Deliver, it will be a fatal 4-way match for the NXT title. Joe Hendry will defend the NXT Championship against Tony D'Angelo, Ricky Saints, and Ethan Page.
What the fuck was the point of the number 1 contenders match then? No, seriously, for real. Tony D'Angelo, it may be a DQ win, but technically speaking, that still makes it a win. I know I'm being a bit of a rules nutball, but fucking no, like he won the match. He won by disqualification, but he won the match. He should be the number 1 contender. He should be the one to be challenging solo, on his own, by himself, 1-on-1, mano-a-mano. But instead, we're rewarding fucking Ricky Saints and fucking Ethan Page for being assholes by letting them jump into the mix? We're really letting that happen? We're really doing that?
It would appear so. Wow, it makes just as much sense as Randy Orton winning the Elimination Chamber this year and Cody losing, but they gave Cody a title match against Drew McIntyre, and he comes out the victor.
That one is a little bit different, and I can explain why. Okay. The championship match at WrestleMania is locked in. It is set. It is not locked in to who gets to be champion. So, if Drew McIntyre decides that he wants to put up his undisputed WWE Championship against Cody because he's feeling himself, and he just so happens to get his ass whipped, then that's Drew McIntyre's own fucking fault.
Actually, he didn't. Nick Aldis laid down the law and declared that there would be a championship match on that week's SmackDown. Because Drew McIntyre interfered and cost Cody the Elimination Chamber match.
Well, in that case, even fucking better. Because, like, at that point, no, Cody, you had the win, so fuck you, Drew. You're being punished by doing your job and being a defending champion. Oh, wait, you still lost because you can't keep your shit above board? Oh, well, sucks to suck, Drew McIntyre. Go cry me a lock about it.
Okay, fair. I'll give you that. But, yeah, no, I'm sorry. 4 guys in this ring. Like I said...
This didn't have that much. Like, if you want to make any kind of argument, if the only argument that can really present itself for allowing Ethan Page and Ricky Sainz in the championship match as stand and deliver, it would be...
I have an argument, but I'll let you share yours first.
It would be, okay, you two fuckers... decide that you're gonna double up on interfering in the championship match, in the number 1 contendership match. Okay, fine, fuck you. You both want a shot at the championship. Nobody ever said which one of you two had to be the first one to get the shot. So let's see how well your alliance plays out by letting you both challenge at the same time. How long will you two stay buddy-buddy when it comes down to who gets the pin for the title? Now, like I said, that would be the only fucking explanation or the only justification that I could see from an in-story standpoint on allowing Ricky Sainz and Ethan Page in the title match. Okay. Other than that, no fucking clue.
Can I offer a counterpoint?
By all means, if you think you've got one, I'm all ears.
WWE doesn't want to have babyface versus babyface in there, so we got to throw in more villains. So and to not only keep things level, so that there's bad guys competing against the good guys, but the WWE also feels that they need to have the main event be spectacular, because Joe Hendry versus Tony D'Angelo isn't going to be enough to draw a huge crowd.
You're going to have a huge crowd no matter what.
I know.
That's the fucking point.
No. I agree with you, but I'm speaking from the point of view of the WWE.
How do you know what their point of view is? Have you been talking to people while I was away? Are you the one who's been feeding them all my ideas all these years?
No!
They stole catchphrases from me. They stole championship designs from me. And I should have known that it was you. My finger points menacingly.
They gave you back CM Punk.
They would have been stupid to not do so.
Get that finger out of my face.
It's not in your face, it's in my hand.
Get what's in your hand out of my face.
Sure.
Asshole. All right, let's get into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Like the fuse hit the boom, Dynamite.
This week's AEW Dynamite takes place over in St. Paul, Minnesota.
Cool.
Yep. And right now they're building up they're building up a lot of the stuff that they have right now for their upcoming pay-per-view event, AEW Dynasty. And in one of the feuds that they've presented on television, and I kid you not, I'm going to be honest with you. Watching this, I felt like the opening match and the main event could have easily been flipped, and it would have worked a lot better. But let's talk about this, and you'll see why. It is round 2. Swerve Strickland versus Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega is finally back. He is back in the ring. He is on active duty. He has wrapped up his business over in Japan with Capcom and whatever the fuck. And so now he's back to settle the scores.
This is a main event. This is an actual main event.
Exactly. And this main event has higher stakes. Because no, not the stakes you were thinking about. Get out of your head. Dinner's on the way.
Aww. I wanted steaks.
It's the number 1 contendership versus the EVP. If Kenny Omega wins, he becomes number 1 contender for the AEW World title at Dynasty. But if Kenny Omega loses, then he loses his title of Executive Vice President of AEW, if that even matters anymore.
How much you want to bet it don't?
Last time we saw them clash, Swerve Strickland turned heel. He beat Kenny Omega, albeit by doing a little bit of cheating. And Kenny Omega was written off TV, and he was written off for a couple of weeks, and he missed Revolution. He came back to Dynamite, and now these two guys are going to settle the score in their second round, and their second go round. And this match was fucking amazing. It was amazing. Their presentation, their entrances, the aura farming that these two are doing are doing in the audience as they walk down the ring. Like, holy fuck. These guys are incredible main event stars in All Elite Wrestling. And the fans of St. Paul, Minnesota were treated to a spectacular one-on-one fight.
All right, let's see how the actual fight turns out.
Now,
because you're over here hyping it pretty high.
Yes.
And you know that I have very high standards.
No.
And you know that I am not one to let to let something go by.
No. It's all good. It's all good. It was a long match. It was a brilliant match. There was a lot of strikes exchanged from both Swerve and Kenny Omega. Lots of running knees. Lots of freaking kicks from Swerve Strickland. Even at one point, like Swerve, Kenny Omega dodged the first attempt at the house call, and he was able to get out of the way from that. And then as we continue on with the match, when we get back from commercial break, Swerve Strickland continues the assault. Go ahead. Yeah, Swerve Strickland continues the assault. Well, we get Thank you for playing Aubrey Edwards. Thanks for coming, honey. We still like you. Well, I do. I can't speak for Juan.
Good. Don't. It would be a terrible mistake.
Yeah, no. Actually, it wasn't a ref bump. Swerve, no. If you look carefully, Swerve was blocking the referee while taking Kenny Omega to Dick Kick City on the ring apron. And
wow.
Yeah, I know. It's really assholey from Swerve Strickland. They continue their fight at ringside. And by fight, I mean Swerve continues to punish Kenny Omega at ringside. And then things take a turn for the worse for the best bout machine. Because look at this. Swerve hits a spike pile driver on Kenny Omega onto the top part of the security barricade.
On the edge of the security barrier?
Yes!
What the fuck, man?
Bro, Swerve Strickland is unhinged. That is fucking amazing.
Okay, in all seriousness, though, I have to ask, how did the pile driver look? Did it look like it was done safe? Did Swerve land on his ass?
Swerve landed on his ass. It was done safe. I took a look at it, and they showed the replay.
Okay.
Everything's fine.
Because, seriously, Kenny Oblivier over here fucking has been spending half his career at AEW out on injury, getting his body fucking surgically repaired and everything. The last thing we need is a stupid-ass stunt like this. One bad fucking move, and bye-bye Kenny Olivier forever.
Yeah, no, that is pretty dumb.
Like, it is crazy. It is a cool-looking move. It is pretty extreme, bruh. But what does it do to push forward the match story? The tale of these two guys wailing on each other. Well, yes, we know Swerve is unpredictable and incapable of anything. We know Kenny Oblivious is not scared of nobodies. But this has got to be, in my opinion at the very least, the needlessly riskiest move you could do that doesn't involve blade work.
Or needles.
God,
that was dumb.
Or kebab sticks.
Or that too.
Or goldfish tanks. Or putting fucking plastic bags with ether over somebody's head and kidnapping them.
Lol. So anyways, or
vehicular homicide.
All right, we get it.
Or pile driving, or power bombing off of a scissor lift with flat ass concrete to break your skull open.
Cut that out.
No.
Jesus. All right, so the match continues. Kenny Omega continues to punish away. Swerve continues to punish away on Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega gets a little bit of a breather. Well, not quite, actually. Swerve,
You're over here like, oh, he gets a little bit of a breather in the break.
but not by much.
Nope.
But not by much.
Literally,
Swerve hits the swerve stomp on Kenny Omega while Kenny was hanging from the second rope. Ouch, dude, you just been spiked onto the barricade.
This is exactly what I'm fucking... Like, this is bad enough.
But it also shows off the savagery and how far Swerve is willing to go to get the victory. It's incredible. It's really good. And the best thing about storytelling, Juancho, is that you can tell stories in matches too.
Yeah, it's like poetry. It rhymes.
Yeah. So as if we can't cringe enough on Kenny Omega's injury, Swerve then hits the vertebraker in the middle of the ring. But Kenny Omega was able the same vertebraker that put Kenny Omega out of action. But Kenny Omega was able to kick out after 2. So having enough of this crap, Swerve Strickland hits the house call. He then goes to the top rope and hits the swerve stomp. But Kenny Omega still kicks out. The hero will not stay down.
Oh no!
So Kenny Omega finally counters one of the moves from Swerve Strickland. He hits the V-trigger on Swerve. He finally hits the one-winged angel to pin and win. Your winner, and going to AEW Dynasty, Kenny Omega.
Yay!
Great match.
Yay!
Great match.
Holy crazy.
Like I said, this should have been the freaking main event. What the hell, Tony Khan? What is it with you and your confusing booking decisions on shows and pay-per-views?
It's great.
Jesus.
This is great. This is great television. This is great action, and that's a really great match, and everybody that's involved in this is doing a great job.
Oh my God.
You're an idiot.
Yeah, he is an idiot. The wrestlers, not so much. The wrestlers are professionals. They know exactly what they're doing.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Sorry, the house call is scary enough as it is, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, no. And okay, you say house call. I say the vertebraker is scary.
I meant to say the vertebraker. I got the two mixed up, sorry.
No, it's okay. But a great wrestling match from both these guys. The fans definitely love it. Let's go ahead and move on to the exciting match of the night.
Ah, shit.
And this one is from the women's division, and predictably it was booked as the semi-main. This is so stupid. I like the way that AEW presented this. Excalibur, who was on commentary, who, by the way, is back from being sick and figures the time I decide to end my vacation is the time that Excalibur is back on the commentary table. I miss Ian Riccaboni.
Ian Riccaboni is greater than Excalibur.
Thank you! Yes, I was watching that, and that was a really awesome announce team. Ian Riccaboni, Tony Schiavone, Bryan Danielson. Yes, give me more of that, please!
See this bottle of bubble jug gum? This is a better commentator than Excalibur.
Anyways, so in this, the way that AEW presented this is that, AEW Dynamite has 2 main events. This is a main event, and the no countout match with Darby Allin and Roosh is a main event. So we get 2 main events.
But since we had an opening match that's pretty much a main event on its own, it means this was a triple main event.
The only problem is with presenting Kenny Omega and Swerve, as awesome as it is, it kind of leaves things in a flaccid position with the other matches on Dynamite. Like, imagine you open with Kenny Omega, Swerve, awesome matches, but then you have the other matches for later tonight, and then they're sitting back and they're like, "Ha, follow that up, bitches!"
And they followed it up with stuff that doesn't measure.
Except for this one. This one's actually really good. So
okay,
Tekla.
Yeah.
The AEW Women's World Championship. Tekla defends the AEW Women's World title against Mina Shirakawa. Mina Shirakawa, sorry. On last week's edition of AEW Dynamite, Toni Storm was assaulted backstage. We don't know who the attacker was, but Toni Storm has been assaulted, and she's out of AEW indefinitely. And Mina Shirakawa is scrambling for answers. She's trying to find out who's doing this, and at the same time, while she's trying to find out answers of who attacked Toni Storm, she also received a mysterious gift, a bouquet of flowers that was delivered to her by an unknown person, perhaps the same unknown assailant that attacked Toni Storm. So yes, folks, we got an injury angle and we have a whodunit angle.
Bum, bum, bum.
Now, sadly, unfortunately, well, actually, take this with a grain of salt. I've tuned out of wrestling journalists, but from what has been said by Meltzer, apparently Toni Storm...
Dave fucking Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer newsletter, so take it with a grain of fucking salt the size of Jose's head.
Apparently Toni Storm is unable to wrestle. We're not sure exactly why, but she's going to be out for the rest of 2025. Perfect.
Thank you for that, K-Storm. Yeah, salt and pepper.
I like that. So Mina Shirakawa walks down to the ring. She throws down the flower. She's pissed off. She's not in the mood to dance. She's in the mood to kick ass.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
The beautiful boobalicious babe of Japan, the gravure grappler herself, and she's out to fight. Oh shit, never mind.
Yeah, no. Tekla takes control of the match, turning Mina Shirakawa's anger against her. She lays out a huge assault on Mina Shirakawa in the middle of the ring, while also playing mind games with Mina Shirakawa. I sent you a clip of it on Instagram. She's on the floor doing her own imitation of Toni Storm, of her leg aerobics, and just doing the Toni Storm movements in the middle of the ring and taunting Mina Shirakawa. And making fun of the fact that Mina Shirakawa is hurt.
Really?
What a bitch!
God damn.
I like this. This is great.
Now Tekla's got Mina in a crossface, but instead of crossing face and locking the hands together to push up and push back on the bridge of the nose in order to force a submission or break the guy's face, she's got this crossface with her hands pulling in and sort of like pushing into Mina's eyes.
Savagery.
So it's like, oh, I'm gonna gouge your eyes out to make you tap.
I love this. This is great.
Which works great, except for one thing.
What's the problem?
She's working that arm locked between her legs here, brother. Mina's arm is fine. Tekla needs to take the leg. The leg, the fucking thing.
I know.
She needs to close it, like over here. Let me blow this up so people can see. Okay, freaking Earth. Okay, you see this here?
Yeah.
You see how Tekla's thigh is all the way over here?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be squishing the arm. Squish the arm. Use the thighs, the power of the thigh muscles, and she even.
Muscles that could squish watermelons, please.
Yes, thank you, K-Storm. Use the muscles that can squish a watermelon. Fucking Tekla's got the feet in the right position, almost. But the upper leg here, that foot is supposed to be locked in front of this foot in order to keep the thighs squished down and so that she can lock in. I gotta tell you, A for... originality for changing the face lock to what she's got here, but a major F in the thigh department. Yeah. She's got thighs for days. She knows how to use them. Tekla, my man, lady, person, champion, woman, thing.
Use your assets!
Use them all!
Exactly.
Okay, that was good. Remember to squish the arm.
All right, now let's go ahead and continue.
I want to be that arm.
So, Mina Shirakawa then hits a fiery comeback, and it looks like she's finally closing in on a victory. Yep, as you can see right here, she got up, she countered the spear from Tekla, and she hits an incredible drop kick from the top rope. The fans are coming alive. Whee! The fans are going crazy.
Yay!
And she tries to, and then Tekla. She takes off her belt, she turns it around, finally hits a spear, she takes off her belt, and then the referee takes away the belt from her. I'm like, why? You let Cody get away with it?
We do not speak that name in the land of the elite.
Yeah, sure, no problem. After all, he is only the founding father of all elite wrestling.
Not anymore. Not anymore. No, we do not speak of the Codyverse.
So as the referee takes away the belt and Right, and so as the referee takes away the belt and gets distracted, Tekla pulls out brass knuckles from her ring trunks, and then Mina Shirakawa tries to go for a suplex. Tekla, with the referee still not having his complete focus, Tekla quickly knocks out Mina Shirakawa with the knuckles, and then sneaks a victory. Your winner, and still the AEW Women's World Champion, Tekla.
Oh, the nerve! How dare this woman? How dare she? This is absolutely terrible.
You know what? If they play their cards right,
this feels like it was a pretty good match.
Yeah, of course, it was great. Mina Shirakawa and Tekla did excellent business, and if Toni Storm is going to be out for the rest of the year, Tekla is definitely the woman to help carry the women's division. She already has a megastar presence as it is. She's got the look,
persona. Freaking, she's got the belt. She's got it going on.
Yeah, exactly. And you know what, Toni Storm? Listen, honey, you did great work. We appreciate what you've done. You earned this break. Go ahead and take this break. And speaking of earning, holy shit, we got a super sticker of $1.99
by Gene Rick. Holy shit! Thank you, Genie Rick. We appreciate you. Thank you for that.
And it's a mic.
Thank you for that mic drop.
Thank you. We appreciate that. But yeah, no, great match. I love it. But AEW, come on, don't lie to your audience. This isn't a double main event show.
Like, this is, like, it's, if you had to say that it's a double main event, then it's a main event sandwich. You've got the main event on both ends of the show, at the beginning and the end. Like, this, like, you know what this is? This match is the one special mustard that you tried one time that a friend turned you on to 3 years ago, and you randomly remembered it, and you know for a fact that you can find it. You just need to remember the logo. You just need to remember the name. So you go all over creation, look for it, and you get it. And you want to make it last. So you get the smallest bottle of mustard that you can afford,
right,
of that brand, and you put it on nice and even across the bread on your sandwich. That way, you can savor every bit of that tangy, spicy flavor.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah. No.
That's what this is. This isn't the main event. This isn't the bread of the main event sandwich. But this is a very saucy compliment to the sandwich.
That was much nicer than how I was going to put it. I was going to be like, oh yeah, right, sure. And WrestleMania 19 didn't have a triple, didn't have 4 main events. But you were nicer than I was.
Yeah.
For once.
I mean, I'm not gonna shit on.
Are we in Canada? Is this opposite day?
No.
Okay, good.
Say, you got to remember, I'm your color commentary. I'm going to talk shit when the shit talking is there to be had. All right then. All right.
Now let's get over to the exciting segment of the night, and MJF returns to AEW Dynamite. We haven't seen him since AEW Revolution, where he successfully defeated Hangman Adam Page in a Texas death match. Now Hangman Adam Page can no longer challenge for the AEW World Title again, because it certainly worked for Cody.
But it's like a gentleman's agreement, So it's like he can hold to it for as long as he wants.
Oh, well, if we're going by that logic, then what the fuck was Cody's excuse for not going back on his? Oh yeah, because he didn't want to turn heel. God damn it!
It's great. This is great.
By the way, MJF paying homage to Terry Funk with the ring gear, pretty nice. MJF got on the mic. He is celebrating. He is parading. He's happy that he defeated Hangman Adam Page. He's doing his usual MJF mannerism, saying, "I'm better than you, and you know it."
He's flipping everyone off.
No one's on the level of the devil. That kind of same shit that he's been peddling since 2023.
Kinda.
2022.
Kinda.
Kind of. And thank goodness for a breath of fresh air, Kenny Omega interrupts the proceeding. Thank God.
He didn't even bother to shower or anything. This is after Kenny's match.
No, but this Canadian one-winged angel of mercy got on the mic and actually out-promoted MJF. First of all, he's saying, like, I hope you'll excuse me for the stench. You know, I just wrestled a really grueling match. I was very tired. But what's your excuse? Oh! And then Kenny Omega gets on the mic and pretty much talked about how he never once called himself the god of pro wrestling. That was the moniker that the fans have bestowed upon him. But by this logic, if you want to call yourself the devil, then you're going to go up against the god at AEW Dynasty. Hey. Which is awesome. I like that. He's doing great. He is pretty much he cut a pretty awesome promo, and then he talked about how he is. Well, he didn't say that he was like the best wrestler in the world, but like he talked about like how he's wrestled so many matches, and people know about it, and people believe that he is that as good as he says he is. And the worst part about it is that MJF knows that Kenny Omega is better. Ooh. Oh. Like, Kenny Omega is better, and MJF knows it. Oh. There we go. So, MJF agrees to the challenge, and as per usual, MJF, they try to go. Kenny Omega tries to go for a handshake. May the best man win, and MJF decided, fuck that, and just peace out.
Oh, the nerve! He can. Oh, so he could dish it, but he can't take it, huh?
Yeah. Huh? Like, the beginning of the promo segment sounded too stale, too business as usual, because it's pretty much every MJF promo segment. But Kenny Omega livened the crowd up. Thank goodness. Like I said, he was a one-winged Canadian angel of mercy. Juan, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, that fucking works. It's terrifying to me, and I'm glad that it worked. Like, who would have fucking thought MJF got out-talked by Kenny Olivier here? He actually got verbally beat down by the new #1 contender. Who would have fucking thunk it? Also, who the hell dressed this boy? So K-Storm says he got dressed in the dark. Considering what MJF's wearing, that explains why he looks like he's a living blue screen of death.
Yeah. Dressed in the dark.
This wannabe edgelord from Long Island.
Edgy hedgies.
All right, now let's get over to the match of the night, and this one is a tag match, playa.
Holla, holla.
All right, so let's talk about this. So we finally have the debut of new wrestlers that have entered the chat, and it is a tag team match featuring the team of the Conglomeration, represented by Roderick Strong and freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. Versus the team of the Dogs, formerly known as the War Dogs from New Japan Pro Wrestling, of David Finlay and Clark Connors. Yes.
Why can't they keep their name of the War Dogs?
I'm guessing because AEW wants to make money off of their own, like, you know. I think it has everything to do with IPs and shit. I don't know.
You sure it ain't because Tony Khan's a little pussy and doesn't want to remind people we're in the middle of an illegal offensive war in Iran that nobody asked for, that we're all paying $2 billion a day on, and he doesn't want to piss off his soon-to-be new baby daddies in the form of the Ellersons over here, who are taking ownership of Warner Brothers Discovery, and so he's trying to play nice. Because he failed miserably in keeping people from chanting "fuck ICE" whenever Brody King was in the ring.
Well, to put it in Tony Khan's words, to answer all this, the truth is in the eye of the beholder.
Cut it out.
Okay. As for David Finlay, for weeks there has been buzz about where David Finlay was going to go after New Japan. WWE tried to scoop him up and tried to get him over to NXT from what I've read, but that never happened. So he decided to take Tony Khan's money and go to AEW instead.
It's great.
Yeah. Anyways, this tag match was nothing big to talk about. Clark Connor, it was okay. It was all right. Nothing big happened. We see the usual shtick from Orange Cassidy with his offense, but in the end, of course,
offense?
Yes, the mascot can fight one. Mascots can do that, you know.
Not all of them.
Okay, fair.
Not the ones that count.
The Dogs pick up the victory in their first tag team win with David Finlay. So good for them. And on the one hand, yeah, that's awesome. That's great. But I would have preferred to see a solo in-ring debut of David Finlay if you guys are going to push him. Like, I'm sorry. Like, David Finlay ain't that guy. Like, I get why he doesn't want to go to WWE because they would have put him over in NXT because he needs to develop. But it's true. He needs to develop as...
He's great right now. Put him on.
What worked in Japan doesn't...
It works over here now. It works out. It's great.
As I was saying, what worked in Japan doesn't necessarily mean it works in...
It works over here. Great. Because it's great over here in Japan. And that means that he's great. So he's going to be great. He's going to be good right over here.
Fuck me sideways. Oh, God.
No, that's not great over here for me. That doesn't serve me. That doesn't serve me. I'm sorry, I won't do that. That doesn't serve me.
Oh, my God. At least you're not snorting. Never mind. All right.
You had to open your mouth, didn't you?
You had to open your mouth.
All right. Let's get over to a segment that was okay, but not great. So... first, they played an interview segment with Renee Paquette interviewing the returning Christian Cage and, God damn it, I thought I was free from this, but I'm not. Cope.
Where's the photo for that?
I couldn't find it, so you'll just have to take my word for it. So, Cage and Cope had some words to share about FTR in their interview, and that was a solid interview. That was great. They got personal. That was awesome. They were professionals. And then FTR... and Stokely Hathaway made their way down to the ring to issue their retort. First of all, oh great, Stokely's in good health. He's no longer in a wheelchair. Hooray!
I think I'd rather him stay there.
And then Cash and Dax got on the mic, and man, they tried. They tried to deliver their retort, but it was just not clicking. The fans were booing very loudly. Very loudly against FTR, and FTR, they tried to speak, but they kept getting distracted, especially, specifically, there was one section of the audience they kept getting distracted of, and eventually they walked over there to confront them at the end of their promo segment, and I'm like, what the fuck, you guys? You can't keep it together?
Nope. No, they can't. They can't.
Oh my god.
You gotta remember, FTR is good at a lot of things, but promos ain't one of them.
Promos ain't one of them. Yeah, no wonder they always have a person there to talk for them. Because they can't talk themselves.
Worth a damn.
Oh, God almighty. All right. Well, like I said, they're great. Like Juan said, great wrestlers. We have plenty of great wrestlers. But if you're not good at talking...
well, that's great.
Then, yeah, you can...
They're the greatest. They're the greatest tag of all time.
That's only going to carry you so far, man.
No, that's all you need. Those are great.
Now... before we get to the main event, let's talk about the honorable mention of this week's AEW Dynamite. And this one goes to the Mixed Trios match, where the team of Skyflight, represented by Dante and Darius Martin, and the former WWE Evolved superstar Zeta Steel, going up against the Death Riders, the AEW Continental Champion Jon Moxley, Daniel Garcia, and Marina Shafir.
Well, these guys aren't really scared to put Marina Shafir in matches anymore, are they?
No, they are not. And this one's actually pretty awesome, not because of the Death Riders, because, the Death Riders are a thing, and despite our criticisms of Jon Moxley does wrestle competently when he's not bleeding. And But I'm happy to see Top Flight back on AEW Dynamite TV. It's been so long since I've seen Top Flight. They've been missing for a while. They were one of my favorite tag teams in AEW. Lately, they've been wrestling in Ring of Honor, which I think it is a disservice to one of your first teams in All Elite Wrestling.
Nope.
And as for Zeta Steel, well, you know what? She has her reasons. She decided to take Tony Khan money instead of spending a little more time in developmental.
Nope.
Yeah,
No.
But that being said, Death Riders picked up the win. It was a great mixed tag match. Everyone got a chance to shine. It was awesome. It was nice. Nowhere near on the level of Tekla versus Mina Shirakawa because that was amazing. And definitely not in the level of Kenny Omega versus Swerve Strickland because how are you going to follow up with that? But it was still honorable mention to bring up.
Yeah.
But now...
So, all right, well, that's not too terrible. All right.
And now let's get to the main
Moxley
event.
wrestled without going into trash?
That's right.
Jesus Christ.
And now let's get to the main event. And this is a one-on-one contest, and it's a no count-out match. Wow.
If there's no count out, what's stopping these guys from using illegal objects, from using foreign objects?
Because disqualifications can still happen, Juan. The referee did try to stop Roosh from using a weapon at some point during the match.
So he can't. So he was able to enforce disqualification on this, even though it's no count out.
The referee was able to enforce.
But my question. Thank you, K-Storm.
Honestly, like, this feels like a dropout from last week. Because from what I read from last week's edition of Dynamite, Darby Allin competed in a coffin match against Gabe Kidd. And to go from that to a no countout match against Roosh, that felt like a drop. But let's talk about it regardless. And once again, this is a situation where Tony Khan doesn't know how to book a main event.
One other question.
What's up?
This is no count out.
That's right.
The fall still, the pinfall or submission still has to be in the ring?
Yes.
So, let me get this straight. Pinfall and submission strictly enforced within the ring.
Yes.
There is still disqualification.
Yes.
And by the logic of there being no count out, that means that... Does that also mean that if one were to use a submission hold and his opponent gets to the ropes, does the referee still have to do the 5 count? Or is that not going to help him because there's no count out?
Okay, so are you saying when they lock in the submission hold outside the ring?
No, I'm talking about inside the ring.
Oh, no, that still applies. The rope break still applies.
Okay, I'm officially convinced that Tony Khan must have been like a fucking... He must have been mainlining some goddamn embryonic fluid while he was in the womb. Because that's the only fucking way I can see him being this fucking mentally deficient at this age of his. Like, snorting that shit like it was some of the good stuff. Alright? Snorting it like it was bubble jug. Alright? The real booger sugar. Jesus Christ, tell me about the match.
Alright, so at the beginning of the match, as Darby Allin made his way to the ring, Roosh immediately pushes him off the fucking turnbuckle. Darby Allin falls outside, and then Roosh just goes to work on Darby Allin at ringside. Big shock. And then Roosh pulls out the steel steps, and Darby and the way, like, the force that Roosh used to throw Darby Allin to the ring steps, it's crazy. Darby Allin, like, he whips Darby Allin to the steps. Darby Allin goes flipping, hitting the steps, and he bounces off the edge of the security barricade right there on this picture, and still manages to fall down and get hurt. Like, holy fuck. But then again, Darby Allin's a light guy. Yeah. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Roosh continues to work over Darby Allin, and of course targeting his head because Darby Allin's head is all bandaged up from the coffin match against Gabe Kidd last week.
So,
yeah,
pretty badly banged.
Pretty badly banged. Yep, and as you can see here, Darby Allin, of course, is busted open again. So hey, we don't need Jon Moxley to get blood, right?
Bum, 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 bum. Like, okay, that's fine. At least this is a freaking, this is a bloody spot that actually made sense.
Yes.
At the very least.
At the very least.
Is it just me, or is Darby Allin just cutting his shorts shorter and shorter as he goes along?
Yeah, dude.
Because I remember very distinctly that these shorts over here, they were not this high up his thigh. They were a little closer to the knee. Does he just keep shaving down his fucking shorts?
I don't fucking know anymore, and I don't give a shit about Darby Allin. Sorry, I just recently did my research on Darby Allin, and he's one of the few people who I vehemently despise. Vehemently despise. Like, vehemently. Thank you. Yeah, no, sorry. I did my own homework on there. Not to get into a segue. Here I am on a soapbox again. Apparently, he has allegations of abuse from one of his exes back in 2020. But apparently, Darby Allin showed receipts to Tony Khan, and it was enough to get him off of being suspended or fined or whatever the hell.
Blah.
No, he was just gonna keep him off TV and pay him until his contract was out.
No, actually, he didn't even do that. He let Darby Allin wrestle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Off the soapbox.
All right, I'm getting off it. Sorry. I just really despise Darby Allin.
Oh, I don't disagree. However,
I know.
you have a show to do, not a soapbox.
All right. So anyways, getting back into this match. So Roosh continues the punishment on Darby Allin. Darby Allin tries to fight back, but Roosh was able to keep him grounded again. He tries to go for the bullhorns move, which is a speeding running drop kick to the turnbuckle. Darby Allin was able to get out of the way. Actually, yeah, go ahead and share that.
Yeah,
because that one's awesome. Because coffin drops. Yeah, he did a coffin drop onto Roosh. Who was hanging on from the ropes. This was like a little earlier in the match, but getting to the near finish. So Roosh tries to go for the bullhorns. He misses. Darby Allin then rolls up Roosh to pick up the victory. Your winner.
A roll up.
Bavai roll up. Darby Allin. Just a roll up.
Nah, fuck it. I'm just gonna go to fuck.
And then after the match, we get the Don Callis family who beat the shit out of Darby Allin because they took MJF's money, because they accepted the money to take him out. Except for Andrade. Andrade abstained from getting involved because he doesn't want to work for MJF.
Okay, so the Don Callis crew, they decided, hey, we're not wealthy enough. We're gonna take the bounty that that MJF put on Darby Allin. Don't they literally have a bounty hunter wrestler here in AEW, Jose?
Brian Keith?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Ring of Honor.
Exactly.
And that's where we close off the show, kids.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Let's go ahead and finish this off with this week's review of TNA Impact.
Hey!
Now, this week's TNA Impact is the final taping from their time over at Atlanta, Georgia, the hometown of WWE Hall of Famer Goldberg.
And the home of World Championship Wrestling. Let's see how this goes up.
All right,
shit.
Oh yes, we go into an opening contest as Mustafa Ali, leader of the Order 4, goes up against YouTuber sensation and a newcomer wrestler BDE. So Mustafa Ali, he is back. He has returned. He has been out of action since the guitar coffin match against Elijah, and he's back with a new.
That was over a month ago.
I know. He took some time off. But he's back, and he has now been reinvigorated. He is now more ruthless. He's got a new haircut. He's got new ring gear. Like, he is finally done with all the pageantry of a running candidate,
of being a politician.
Good.
And leave that shit to me. Quit stealing my gimmick.
Technically, if you want to get technical, you stole it first. I mean, you stole it from him, and he did it first.
I started my thing back in, like, May last year.
Yeah, and he's been peddling it since 2023. What's your excuse?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Anyway, so Mustafa Ali and BDE. Oh my God. Mustafa Ali has changed up his game. He's much more aggressive. He is much more savage in the ring, just beating the ever-living shit out of BDE, despite having Rich Swann at ringside. Like, look at this shit. Like, he is not even breaking a sweat against this newcomer. And he also looks very weird. It's like trying to embrace MJF's new haircut. It looks very weird on him.
Yeah, we're used to seeing Mustafa Ali with the manly long locks of doom, but now he's rocking this look here, which kind of makes him look like a missing member of the bloodline.
I know, right? And then Mustafa Ali continues his offense. He does a rollover swinging neck breaker, and then to finish off BDE, he doesn't go for the patented 450 splash, but he debuts a new finishing move, which is apparently his own version of Baron Corbin's finishing move, the End of Days.
Gotcha.
To pin and win. Your winner, Mustafa Ali. And then after the match, we get we get the rest of the Order 4 entering the ring, and I got pictures to show all of the punishment, Juan. After you,
are you
fix
serious?
This shit up,
you're going to celebrate this savagery? What's wrong with you?
Why
Who
not?
raised your ass?
Anyways, so so after the match, the rest of the Order 4 enter the ring, and they beat the ever living shit out of BDE and Rich Swann.
What the fuck?
Look at Rich Swann. He's getting choked out by one of the great hands. How awful.
What the fuck?
Yeah, no, keep going. It doesn't stop there.
Why doesn't it stop?
Because everybody's got to have a turn. I mean, look at this. Like, the TNA International Champion, Trey Miguel, tried to run it for the save, but it was not enough.
Are you serious?
Everyone is ganging up on the champ.
We can't get a Rascal to save him. We can't get Rich Swann to save him. They're all getting their asses whipped.
I know. It's cray-cray.
This is so mean.
Yep. Everyone's getting their asses kicked, and except Jada Stone, one of the new TNA knockouts. She enters the ring. She helps out the guys, and she even did a Hurricane Rana on Mustafa Ali, sending him scurrying out of the ring. How nice!
Yay! What the frickety dickety fuck? Okay, no, but for serious though, for real, what the shit, Starscream? This is a wild way to start the fucking show. But truthfully, okay, fine. Jada Stone, yes, put her over. Even though like it's weird having her go over Mustafa, they don't have anything in common. That's number one. But number two, every one of these other guys couldn't fucking hang. Are we for real?
Gotta love wrestling.
This is so weird. But then again, could she really be that damn good?
She is that damn good, and she's got a bit of a grudge of her own against the Order 4 because Mustafa Ali hit a spike pile driver on her in a mixed tag match a couple of weeks ago before the coffin match.
Okay, that explains it. Thank you. Now I understand.
Yeah, you're good.
She's getting payback. Thank you.
And now let's get to the exciting match of the night. I hope you guys like meat because we got plenty of meat. As the leader of Moose Nation, Moose goes one-on-one against Bear Bronson. The battle of the super heavyweights.
So this is still like the system civil war thing going on, because Alicia Edwards is still on Moose's side, and Bear Bronson is over here with Eddie Edwards and the rest of the system.
Exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah, no. The Moose is trying to systematically take out each member of the system. This week last week it was Brian Myers. The week before it was Cedric Alexander. This week is Bear Bronson. And I wish they had fucking pictures because I looked on their website and it is bullshit that they don't have many pictures of this match. Moose and Bear Bronson put on a great big hoss fight. The fight eventually spilled outside the ring, where Moose was thrown into the ring post, but then Moose got a little bit of payback and threw Bear Bronson onto the steel steps. He tried to go for a vertical suplex, but Bear Bronson suplexed Moose onto the ringside floor, and turned the match around. And then when we got back into the ring, Bear Bronson worked over Moose throughout the rest of the match, but Moose was able to hit a comeback. He was able to hit a suplex on Bear Bronson, carrying the huge super heavy weight, and he was able to continue his comeback until freaking the System tried to march down to the ring and interfere. But then apparently at ringside we had some friends of Moose, which apparently were former players of the Atlanta of the Atlanta Falcons.
No. Jose, you have to have a cup or a mug hiding
hang
your
on.
face.
Atlanta Falcons. They blocked the System from entering the ring, allowing Moose to hit the spear to pick up the victory. Your winner, Moose. And after the match, you can see him in the ring, and he's celebrating with all the NFL guys who played for the Atlanta Falcons.
No, personally, I think we could have done better with a appearance from players in the Denver Broncos. I'm fucking kidding. I don't know shit about football.
Oh my god.
So, okay, cool. That's actually clever. Thank you for reminding people, hey, Moose has some NFL bona fides. Moose knows how to hang. We just need to, remind people of that shit. What the fuck? It's a good way, and this is a good way to have that synergy. Yeah, your poof fell off.
I got it. Don't worry about it. Yeah, it's a great synergy, and the fans love it. And now, at Sacrifice tonight, Moose will take on Eddie Edwards. Translation, Alicia Edwards is going to turn on a Moose. Because she would never betray her husband. That's what I'm calling. I'm calling it. It's going to happen. I'm predicting it right now. If it hasn't happened yet, it will. Bank on it.
Only time will tell.
All right, let's get to the... Now, this falls in the same category as Zarya and Sol Ruka. This is another thing we need to talk about and dissect. All right, so Gia Miller is interviewing the old man from the left, who happens to be former WCW wrestler Buff Bagwell. Yeah,
that's Buff the Stuff Bagwell?
That's Buff Bagwell.
That's Buff I became a male escort Bagwell?
Yes.
The fuck?
Buff Bagwell is recently recovering from amputating his left leg some time ago, and the way they conducted the interview was so weird. Gia Miller asked a simple question: "Hey, Buff Bagwell, what does TNA mean to you?" And then Buff Bagwell got on the mic and made it all about himself. He talked about how he's still recovering from amputating his leg, and how he still wants to go one more time in the ring, and if the fans would have him, that he'll go around he'll walk down that ramp, and he'll go into the ring one more time. And I'm thinking to myself,
that wasn't what we asked you, buddy.
We're trying to put over TNA here. What are you doing?
He was never in TNA though.
No, I don't think he was.
No, he was not.
And then Frankie Kazarian gets on the mic and proceeds to cut down Buff Bagwell, saying that you're gonna walk down the ring? Don't you mean you're gonna hop on one foot, making fun of his disability? Because we have to be assholes like that, tasteless assholes. And then he downplayed Buff Bagwell's legacy, saying oh yeah, you used to be good, but now you're just a shell of your former self. American males.
Okay, no, but okay. All jokes aside.
And then no, it doesn't stop there. But go on.
If Buff Bagwell actually meant it, and if he really says, "Hey, I think I've got one more left in me," if he really believes that, and if he's actually been keeping up physically with that in mind, with that idiom in his mind, then he could still fucking wrestle if he really wanted to.
But
all I gotta say is 2 words. Zach Gowen. If Zach Gowen could fucking pull off wrestling, being a one-legged wrestler, then so can Buff the Stuff.
Can I offer a counterpoint? If things go south and something happens to him, TNA has no medical staff.
Oh, for fuck's sake, Nikki Bell is in the chat. How's it going, Nikki? Welcome to Wrestle Rewind.
Yay! Hello, Nikki Bella. Welcome back. In a hot
minute. Thank you for joining us. And
yeah.
Thank you for jumping into the chat.
And then the lights cut out, and we hear the entrance music of Elijah. And Elijah shows up, and apparently Frankie Kazarian vanished. He's gone, nowhere to be seen. He pulled an Undertaker.
What's her?
She vanished too, because she's also has phenom powers. I think. I don't know, man.
What the fuck?
Texan girls are weird. So Elijah goes down. He pays his respects to Buff Bagwell. He says, "Hey, listen, man. If you're willing to walk down there, then I'm willing to walk with you. I just got to ask, are you ready to walk with Elijah?" And then they shook hands. It was awesome. It was a great moment. That was great. Please keep Buff Bagwell out of the ring. I know you think he could do it, but I personally don't want him to.
Okay, listen. I get what they're doing. I understand what this promo segment was meant to be. Actually, 2 little things. 1, Buff Bagwell definitely ain't no MJF on the mic. So he needs to work on that if he was ever going to try anything. And 2, if Elijah's going to show up and he's got beef with Frankie Kazarian, then why not fucking teleport himself there behind Frankie Kazarian, get people cheering while Frankie's trying to talk, and Frankie continues his fucking ramble, being a fucking heel, and people are cheering because Elijah's behind him, and he's thinking like, oh, hey, the people are finally listening. Like, yeah, that's right. See these people? They're listening to me. They understand what I'm saying, because he's about to get El Kabonged. And that's how you get rid of Kazarian. You don't teleport and swap places with him. And where the hell did the Kazarian go?
I got 2 words for you, Juan. LOL TNA.
Cut it out.
This was a spectacular misfire.
It's like we know what you're going for. We can see what you're going for. We can see what kind of fucking promo segment this is. We get it. We want to like it. Y'all motherfuckers know how it's supposed to play out. Why don't you fuckers play it out right?
I know. Yeah, no, I'm mad about that, and I'm also mad that I'm also upset that Buff Bagwell was asked a simple question and he didn't put over TNA at all.
This is the land where dreams can come true. This is the little promotion that could. It's been sticking at it for years, and I've had my career, and I've had difficulties, but and I even ended up having to lose a leg, but I didn't give up, and I'm not giving up here. So this is where grit and determination comes to thrive here in the Impact Zone, and then he can fucking say, if you guys want me in the Impact Zone in the ring, then I will give you one more Buff Bagwell match in the ring. See, easy Buff the Stuff, buddy.
Did you? I'm sorry, but did you lose your cognitive thinking along with the rest of your muscles?
He definitely lost some musculature.
All right. Well, you know what? Oh God, let's not spend too much time with this shit. Let's just move on.
Ooh, biscotti.
Yes. All right, now let's get over to the...
I'm just going to hold it off for just a second longer, only because, like I said, I want us to like the segment. You can see the shape of the segment. You can tell what the segment is supposed to be. But these motherfuckers didn't pull it off. You know what it is? It's that episode of Pokemon where you can take the Pokemon League entrance exam instead of collecting badges, and it's like, oh, what is this? This Pokemon? Oh, that's clearly a Voltorb or Electrode, and the answer is Jigglypuff, seen from above. It's like, motherfucker!
I remember
The
that.
shape is right! You just hit us with the wrong thing! What is wrong with you? Why? How did you fail me so spectacularly?
It's so bad. All right, now let's get over to the match of the night. A match I really
you
think
can tell they're trying, but goddamn.
they're trying. The effort is made, but man, oh man, the execution is fucking awful. Anyways, so this
Chuck
match.
Norris. No, Chuck Norris didn't die. Chuck Norris just decided to give Death a break and let him finally catch up to him.
So getting to this match, it is a 6 knockout tag team match.
Holla, 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 holla.
The babyface team of
Thank you.
The babyface team of Jody Threat, Harley Hudson, and Nyla Grace versus the team of Tessa Blanchard, Mila Moore, and Victoria Crawford. So there's really not much to say about this. This wasn't a long six knockouts tag match. Obviously, the babyfaces, they try to put up a valiant effort, but in the end, with Victoria Crawford and Mila Moore working over the other cohorts, especially Jody Threat at ringside, what's her face? Tessa Blanchard was left with Harley Hudson in the middle of the ring, and she hits her hammerlock DDT to pick up the victory for her team. So your winners: Tessa Blanchard, Mila Moore, and of course your former WWE Divas champion Victoria Crawford. Not much else to say about it.
Really? Because normally, Harley Hudson and Mila Grace are a pretty good team. I mean,
They are. But unfortunately, it was not enough.
Did Mila Grace get in the ring with Mila Moore at any time?
The Battle of the Milas. Actually, I think they did. But like I said, there's really not much to talk about. All right.
I wanted to make Mila versus Mila jokes.
So now that we have successfully dissected the segment, which was brilliant an idea and thought, but poorly executed, let's go ahead and move on ahead to the honorable mention, and it goes to Jeff Hardy versus Brian Myers. Jeff Hardy is an amazing wrestler. He was able to fight off against Brian Myers during this match. He was wearing all blue, which was an odd choice because the system is wearing blue colors, but okay. And Jeff Hardy, he held his own, and and during this match he actually debuted last week he debuted a new finishing move, and this week he showed it off again. A new finishing move that he calls let me think. I'm trying to think. What's the new finishing move? Hang on a minute. Gotta do research, because I know it's at the tip of my tongue. It's a submission hold. Hang on. Bear with me.
Research.
Bear with me, kids. I will figure this out.
The Spinal Destination.
There we go. The Spinal Destination. It's where he freaking locks in and he goes down to one knee and then bends the opponent backwards as if it was like a pendulum backbreaker position, and that's how he was able to pick the victory. He adjusted his moveset. He has a new submission move which works for him.
I'm a goad.
Okay.
How about that?
Yeah, that's awesome. I like it. Juan, what do you think? Spinal Destination.
I took a look at the positioning on it. I think it's promising.
Yeah, and it's great. All right, now let's go over to the main event of this week's edition of TNA Impact, and it is a tag team match, player.
Holla, holla.
That's right. The champions team of the TNA World Champion Mike Santana and the TNA X Division Champion Leon Slater going up against the remaining members of the system, Eddie Edwards and Cedric Alexander.
All right, let's see how this bad boy turns out.
Now,
clearly the system, like I said, they still want to play with their ridiculous games against people. So let's see how that turns out for them. And
on top of that, there's also the looming threat of the return of the once fired but now returning Steve Macklin, who will be challenging Mike Santana for the TNA World Title tonight at Sacrifice. And apparently there is a no contact provision between Mike Santana and Eddie Edwards. They are not allowed to get physical, otherwise the match is thrown off. So
weird.
Yeah, it's weird. So tag team match time. Here we go.
Yeah.
Santana and Slater versus the system. So Leon Slater is, of course, the first guy to enter into the ring. Yep. He goes to work, puts up a fight against Eddie Edwards and Cedric Alexander, Eddie Edwards, of course, was able to turn this match around onto the X Division champion, and Leon Slater is being worked over for a long period against the system. Like, the system are, of course, keeping Leon Slater away from Mike Santana as much as possible.
No.
Yeah, no. Cedric Alexander got a chance to mix it up in the ring. But spoosh, indeed. Mike Santana eventually got the hot tag. He got the hot tag. He laid out Cedric Alexander and Brian Myers, as you can see here with the vertical suplex. And then we got a really cool tag spot here where the system are outside the ring. Two of the members of the system who are in the tag match. Leon Slater goes through the ropes. He tries to go for a suicide, he goes for a suicide dive. The system catches him. So, while they have him, Mike Santana does his own suicide dive and knocks him out.
Ah!
Yeah, and there was also another moment. So, like, in this match, in this hot tag moment, Mike Santana lays out the system. He hits the rolling buck 50 on Brian Myers. All four members of the system are outside of ringside, so Mike Santana goes over the top rope and hits a tope con giro, knocking out all over everybody, which is great. And, yeah, go ahead and share that. Yeah, no. And Cedric Alexander, like I said, Cedric Alexander got into the ring and got his pound of flesh against Leon Slater. Leon Slater did an incredible job and fought off against the system. And then we get to the finish of the match when Mike Santana being tagged in. Steve Macklin with the referee's back turn. Steve Macklin grabs Leon Slater, chokes him out. Mike Santana cannot touch Steve Macklin at all. So Macklin, so what's his face? So Mike Santana, unfortunately, knowing this, goes back into the ring, and then he runs into a Boston knee party from Eddie Edwards for the system to pick up a victory.
No!
Your winners, the system.
Boo! The nerve! How dare you! Rada rada rada.
I know.
Oh damn!
It sucks.
This is
me no likey.
This is so rude.
But
so fucking rude.
But it does help build momentum for the system heading into Sacrifice. Eddie Edwards has a one-on-one match against Moose, and two of the members of the system, Cedric Alexander, Brian Myers, will be fighting against Jeff Hardy and Vincent from The Righteous, since Matt Hardy has been taken out of action. So we'll see where it goes, man. And that's gonna do it for me. Juan, ring the bell.
All right, don't mind if I do.
All right, so final thoughts for this week's show. So TNA Impact, pretty solid show, good go-home show before their pay-per-view event. I like their opening contest. Mustafa Ali's an absolute monster. I like this new character direction with him. I like that Moose called up some friends from the Atlanta Falcons to block off the system to keep the match fair, which is great. I love that. That was so good, and it was a great big hoss fight. I love it.
Neat.
I didn't like. I wasn't too excited for the 6 knockout tag match because it was another Tessa Blanchard match where she easily won in a matter of minutes, and it feels like they're just running around in circles with her. And I was especially like, my God, that Buff Bagwell promo. And I'm sure they had good intentions behind it, and it ended on a solid note with Elijah, but man, it was.
We know you're trying your best, TNA, but we also know you can do better. God damn.
Anyways, so
this is why the fucking lol TNA jokes don't fucking go away, because of shit like this.
Exactly. Now, this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, like I said, this suffers from Tony Khan's inability to book a show properly. If you flipped around the Swerve and Kenny match to the main event and have Darby Allin and Rush's no count-out match somewhere in the rest of the show, I think you would have ended on a really satisfying note for the fans.
But he already did the change out. You see, he took his grid for how he schedules everything, and instead of scheduling out horizontal, he's doing it vertical now. So that's how he does it, and that's how he makes everything change up.
So stupid.
And that made things so much easier for him.
The match, the Kenny and Swerve match was still awesome despite the booking misfire. All the other matches were pretty good. I liked Tekla versus Mina Shirakawa. Tekla is excellent in being the women's champion. She's a great heel. She's a great character. I love it. There's definitely a market out there for a lot of these grunge punk rock wrestling fans, metal fans, and goth fans who like Tekla. So that's awesome. And everything else everything else was pretty good. And like I said, if you'd have flipped the matches around, you could have been also don't bullshit us with the double main event propaganda. Come on.
We know, look, we liked the match between Mina and Tekla, but that wasn't a fucking main event match, not yet.
Assholes.
You don't get to try,
hell, if they had made that match the main event, I actually might have forgive them.
But let's be honest,
Tony Khan booking a women's match as a main event?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We know
This is going to be this may not be as old as the LOL TNA joke, but it's still relevant.
Mm-hmm.
And, of course, this week's edition of WWE NXT was also pretty fucking awesome. The opening women's tag match was great. Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray are amazing as a team against the Fatal Influence. And I loved the Gauntlet Eliminator. I liked Johnny Gargano's character of being completely catatonic and just plopping on him. That was silly and funny. I love that shit. That was great.
Is he just, fucking stuck? Is he did he get cursed by Danhausen, or what the fuck is wrong with him?
Actually, yes, actually, yes, in a backstage segment on SmackDown, Danhausen cursed Johnny Gargano. I forgot about that until you reminded me. Thank you.
Wait, I was joking.
No, it happened. Now, the promo between Zarya and Sol Ruka is a very interesting one to look at. Because, like Juan said, this was actually really, if you look at it from a specific point of view, it's not about black or white. It's not about who's good, who's bad. It's actually a complicated story between two jilted friends who are angry at each other, who are really angry at each other for different reasons.
I know, it's so bizarre.
It's so bizarre, but it works. It's great. And I like that type of storytelling. And, of course, they won me over because I am a fan of Los Americanos. Ole, 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 ole. All right, folks, that's gonna do it for this week's edition. Now, to pedal off to piggyback off of what Juan said on the Black Files, as far as a consistent streaming schedule goes, we really don't have one mapped out, as we're still in the middle of a flux right now, given our current situation.
Yeah, we'll let you guys know if and when we can get back to regular streaming of all our programs, including Los Amigos Play and the Ravens Flock. So, besides that, we'll do our best to see if we can keep up with the Black Files and Wrestle Rewind.
Absolutely, and we'll
try.
Yeah, no, we will do our best. But in the meantime, Juan, plugs away.
Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose Casa Bona, as he reviews for you the best of the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, AEW Dynamite, and TNA Impact. Step into the ring every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time, live simulcasting on YouTube and Kick. Hit the subscribe and follow button, ring the notification bell, stay up to date on all the content. Become an air flocker by hitting the join button, and until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Kick.com/TheRavensFlock, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that tiny little notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and the Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. For Mr. Juan Arouse and Keith Cosplay, I'm Jose Casabona, and we are So back. Ish.